The center court lights had barely dimmed. The applause from the standing ovation was still echoing through the hallowed halls of the All England Club. But the real celebration was about to begin, not in London, but 6,000 miles away in the Philippines. Alex Eala was coming home. The 21-year-old who had stunned the world by defeating defending Wimbledon champion Iga Świątek on center court was about to receive a hero's welcome that would rival the greatest homecomings in Philippine sports history. From Quezon City to Makati, from Manila to Cabanatuan, an entire nation of 115 million people was preparing to erupt in celebration. The airports were buzzing. Viewing parties were being organized. The Philippine flag was being waved with a pride that hadn't been felt since the days of Manny Pacquiao. And at the center of it all stood the girl who once trained on a makeshift basketball court, wearing ruffled socks and light-up shoes, dreaming of this very moment. The Philippines was about to welcome its newest national hero. The moment Alex Eala stepped off the plane in Manila, she knew things would never be the same. The girl who had once trained on a basketball court painted over with tennis lines had returned as a national icon, the first Filipino in the Open era to reach the fourth round of a Grand Slam singles tournament. Her Wimbledon campaign had captured the hearts of millions. She had become the first Filipina to be seeded in a Grand Slam, the first to win a Wimbledon main draw match, and the first to advance to both the third and fourth rounds of a major tournament. She had defeated world number 3 Iga Świątek on center court in a stunning 7-6, 11-9, 6-2 victory that earned her recognition from Catherine, Princess of Wales, Billie Jean King, Venus Williams, and her childhood idol Maria Sharapova. And now, she was coming home to the overjoyed Filipinos, who had stayed up past midnight to watch her every match. "We are very proud of where we come from," Eala had said during her Wimbledon run. "We have a very strong sense of community. You can see it when someone does well. We are a community that uplifts each other." That community was about to welcome her back with open arms. The centerpiece of Eala's homecoming would be Home Court, the Alex Eala Fan Meet Experience, a special event organized by her longtime sponsor Globe Telecom on July 15 at the Glorietta Activity Center in Makati City. The event, which was open to the public, would give Filipino supporters a chance to celebrate her recent accomplishments and interact with the Filipina tennis star in the flesh. Registration was set to begin at 4 p.m., with the program starting at 6 p.m. We celebrate the homecoming of the Filipina tennis star following her inspiring Wimbledon campaign, a journey that showcased not only her world-class talent, but also the resilience, grit, and courage that continue to inspire millions of Filipinos, especially the youth, the announcement stated. Alex embodies what it means to pursue greatness with purpose. Through her discipline, humility, and determination to break barriers, she represents the values of a generation that's ready to dream bigger, work harder, and create a positive impact. The event was expected to draw hundreds of fans eager to meet their new sporting hero. A press conference was also scheduled for July 14, prepared by Eala's other chief backer, BPI. The homecoming marked Eala's second visit to Manila in 2026 after headlining the Philippine Women's Open in January at the Rizal Memorial Sports Complex. Eala's Wimbledon campaign was the crowning achievement of a remarkable grass court season that had seen her compile an impressive 12-4 record, captured her second WTA 125 title in Birmingham, and reached the semifinals in Berlin, where she defeated world number 2 Elena Rybakina and world number 8 Elina Svitolina. She had entered Wimbledon seeded 29th, another first for a Filipina, and proceeded to rewrite Philippine tennis history. Her third-round victory over defending champion Iga Świątek was described by the Palace as one of the greatest victories in Philippine tennis history. President Ferdinand Marcos Jr. had congratulated her during an official state visit to Canada, calling her world-class and terrific and saying, "Biruin mo, meron na tayong player, babay pa, na nanalo sa third round in Wimbledon." Tennis does not operate at a higher level than Wimbledon, so she's really world-class. The president added, "There are days when an entire nation celebrates together. Today is one of those days. Eala's historic run earned her 240 WTA ranking points and a cash prize of £300,000, approximately $396,100, bringing her 2026 season prize money to over $871,000. She climbed to a career-high ranking of number 28 in the WTA Live Rankings. Eala's Wimbledon run had ignited a fire across the Philippines. The Philippine Sports Commission organized a public watch party at the PhilSports Arena in Pasig City, where more than 100 fans gathered to cheer for the 21-year-old. At SM City Cabanatuan, around 150 Novo Ecuadorianos showed their support during a viewing party, waving miniature Philippine flags and chanting her name. "She's like a ray of hope for the Philippines," fan Roberto Ocampo Jr. said at Wimbledon. "Especially at her age. She made history. That's one thing that we can tell to the next generation." Eala's popularity has been compared to boxing legend Manny Pacquiao, and she acknowledges the parallel. "When he would have fights, it would really be like holidays in the Philippines. We would gather, and we would watch his fights. People would go off work. It would really be an event." The comparison is not just about popularity, it's about what Eala represents. She has become a symbol of hope for a nation that has long been overshadowed by other sports. "She unifies Filipinos," said Kuya Barang, a superfan known for wearing a traditional barang and salakot while waving the Philippine flag. "To be honest, tennis has never really been popular here. But because of Alex Eala, we are learning to appreciate a new sport. She's introduced us to something we can love just as much as she loves it." Despite the adoration of a nation, Eala remains grounded and focused on the future. Her message to young athletes is simple but profound. "I don't want them to look at me and say, 'I want to be the next Alex Eala.' I want them to look at me and say, 'Wow, I want to be the first me. I want to make my own path.'" After her brief homecoming break, Eala will turn her attention to the North American hardcourt swing, beginning with the Mubadala DC Open in Washington, D.C., from July 27 to August 2. She will then head to Toronto for the National Bank Open, a WTA 1000 event, from August 2 to 13. Before the US Open, which runs from August 30 to September 13 in New York, she is expected to take part in the Stars of the Open, a US Open Fan Week event, on August 27. Eala's second US Open main draw appearance will mark another milestone in her meteoric career. The Rafa Nadal Academy, where Eala has trained since she was 13, had one message for its standout graduate: "So proud of you, Alexandra Eala. Keep shining. The best is yet to come. Vamos." And Eala herself echoed that sentiment. "I have to be proud of what I've achieved this week. I'm leaving with positive thoughts," she said after her Wimbledon exit. The girl from Quezon City, who once played on a basketball court, had conquered center court. She had united a nation. And she wasn't done yet.